Hi, I'm Donna O'Connell with Palos Hills Happenings and with PHTV Channel 4, and I'm here today with Jim Cruz, owner of Cruz's Cruise. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing good today. We're doing the packing.
Yes, we're doing the packaging for the troops today. So we're going to learn how this is done, and can you tell me just a tiny bit about it, Jim, before we walk into the room?
Okay, about 21 years ago, I was driving to work in Morris, Illinois, and I turned on the radio, and I heard a lady called Ida Haig. She started an organization called Adopt a Platoon. And when I had got out of the military in 1970, the country was in somewhat of a turmoil, and I was a little bit upset with what was going on. And I had made a vow at that time that if there was ever another war, I was going to do what I could to make sure that our men and women in service did not go through what we went through. So I got hold of Ida, and for 3 years I worked with Adopt a Platoon. They gave me the names at the beginning, but I wanted to do more. So I broke away from Adopt a Platoon, and I started this group called Cruz's Crew. Now, we have been sending care packages over the last 21 years, and we haven't missed a month. Now, 3 years ago, I had a quadruple bypass and a colon exploded, and my volunteers made sure that we sent boxes out that month. And I was so worried about that we wouldn't get it out, and they took care of me. But we send a lot of things over there. We have basically send toiletries, we send candy, we send jerky, we send all kinds of cookies, and at Christmas time, we send Christmas decorations. Every year, we send a little plastic Christmas tree to every unit so that they'll have a Christmas tree for Christmas. We have a lady who sews stockings every year, and we send the Christmas stockings to them. We also send room decorations, hard candy, and in November, we ask the ladies of my church and other organizations like City of Hometown and different groups to make homemade cookies. Because I can tell you something, there's nothing in the world better, because I served overseas and I know what it's like to be deployed, than a bag of cookies that are fresh. And I have to, or fresh or just baked, because when you get over there, the reason we send these boxes is not because of all the stuff we send in them. That's not the thing. It's when they see that a box is coming from somebody they don't know, will never know, and their inside of it is cards from people like you and the people in Palos Hills, Hickory Hills, Palos Heights, saying, we support you. It makes them feel better. At one time, I was out, and I had a lady say, well, they don't read these cards anyway. So I sent an email to a bunch of the units that I had, and I said, they say that you don't read these cards. I got an email back right away, which is not normal for a combat unit, saying, not only do we read all these cards, but we tape them to our lockers. That's how important they are to us. I know it doesn't seem like much, a box. You know, we send candy and things like that, and toiletries and batteries, and okay, it's toothbrushes, toothpaste. It doesn't seem like much, but when you're over there and you get a box, I'm told everybody gathers around the box. They think it's like a treasure hunt, and everybody wants to see what's in that box. Not that they're going to take something, because they may not want anything, but they want to know what people are sending them. And it makes them feel good that, hey, there's people over here that still think and care about us and support us. So, like I said, we've been doing it for a long time. We'll continue to do it as long as our men and women overseas need to be overseas. And believe me, at this time, it's important. When we first started out, we were sending basically the Middle East, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Afghanistan, but we've expanded. We send to Korea, to Okinawa. We sent to units in the Philippines. Now, you wouldn't think we have troops in the Philippines, but we do. And the Horn of Africa, the people that are out there fighting the pirates, and the Yemenis who are attacking our ships in the Red Sea. We now have, since the war in Ukraine, we have troops in Lithuania, Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Italy, Germany, and we support naval ships too. We have supported 4 aircraft carriers, 2 guided missiles cruisers, and a minesweeper that was sweeping the mines in the Gulf of Aqaba, which is a very dangerous job because when you're out there sweeping mines, you never know when one of them is going to go off. So basically, as I said, it's just been a labor of love. I mean, I've enjoyed it. I really never decided I was going to be doing this for 20 years. I thought, oh, well, okay, we'll be doing this for 4 or 5 years and it'll be over with. But we've done thousands of people, some military men and women over there, and probably around 150 chaplains. We do send religious items to the chaplains. Those little envelopes that you get with the religious medals in that, we send them over there. And the chaplains say, on Sunday, they put them out on a table, and by the end of the sermons, they're all gone. So what we're doing is our share of helping to make sure that these men and women know that they're supported. I was an Army soldier, and I tell you the truth, we all took an oath when we went into the Army, and an oath has no end date, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm still serving.
Thank you so very much, Jim. You are so very much appreciated, and we love what you're doing. It's a wonderful thing. The troops absolutely love it. Your care packaging people love to do what they're doing. Your passion shows, and we thank you. So we're going to move on, and we're going to show you how the boxes are packed for the military. Hi, I'm Donna O'Connell with the City of Palos Hills Happenings, and PHTV Channel 4. And I'm back with my good friend, Jim Cruz of Cruz's Crew. And we are in the packaging station over at the Hickory Hills building, and we are community building, and we are going to walk you through how this is done. Are you ready, Jim?
Right, let's go.
Okay.
Okay. We generally do about 30 to 50 boxes, depending on the time of the year and the season and that. And each box has a list in it, and the name of the person that we're sending the boxes to, and what we're putting in the boxes. Basically, I do this because I know where that unit is stationed at, so I'm not going to send freeze pops to somebody in Korea when I can be sending them to somebody in the Middle East who's going to enjoy them. But we get this stuff, and the ladies and gentlemen here who do this, they'll go around, and as you can see, all of the things are labeled so they can pick them up and put them in there. And what we're doing basically is making sure that there's goodies, but there's also toiletries and things that, and we do have lady for service women, toiletries and other things that they can use over there, because some of the places they go to, they can't get some of those items. And we just try to supply them. And then, of course, once we do that, we fill them up for candy. And we also send DVDs and CDs, because when you're over there, you know, it can be real active at times, but there's a lot of dead time over there. And most of these men and women have their own computers, laptops, so they can put in movies and they can listen to CDs. And we send a whole bunch of stuff. We have people always sending different DVDs and CDs. And at the top of the box, we fill it with loose candy. Now, one of the reasons we send the loose candy is when they're out on patrol, it gets hot in a lot of these places. And especially hard candy, they'll take it with them and they put it in their mouth because they get dry. I mean, you have sometimes 2 canteens, but believe it or not, you can drink all that water. and sometimes your mouth will get dry. So a piece of hard candy will keep their mouth moistured. And we also, like I said, we send the candy. We send magazines. Generally, we send magazines more towards the fall and winter, when the men and women are not outside doing things, so they won't get bored. We have a large selection of books that we send too. We also send puzzles and games, and we also send balls. We used to send a lot of golf balls over when they were over in Afghanistan and Iraq, because they would take the golf balls, they would bring their clubs, and they'd spend time whacking them out into the desert. Of course, there's usually minefields out there, so they didn't go back and pick them up, so we sent a lot of golf balls. Don't do that so much now.
There's definitely a little bit of everything here that the troops would need, and to keep their time occupied, to give them a little bit of candy for their sweet tooth, and like you said, to keep their mouths moisturized from being out in the desert. You've got a little bit of everything here, and a nice crew working. How long have most of your team been with you here?
I've had a lot of my teams, 12 years, and Jerry's been with me pretty much from all those years, so she's pretty much the senior.
What's her name, Jim?
Jerry.
Jerry, thank you. Thank you for what you do. It's very well appreciated. Thank you.
Now, another thing we do at the end of the boxes, we have people give us their funny papers, and we put the funny papers on top of on the boxes, and then we send cards, and on that card, the person that's packing it will say, "Hey, John, I've just packed your box. My name is so-and-so." And we also put all these cards that I go out and get signed at the bottom of the box from people like any of you people out there, which, again, like they said, they really appreciate getting the cards and telling them that, hey, we understand what you're doing, and we appreciate and we support you.
This is a very nice operation that you have going on here, Jim. How do you get all of your donations?
Well, we have a lot of different ways of getting donations. We have a barrel here in the center here for the people over in the apartments here. We have a barrel in the city of Hickory Hills. We have another small barrel in the coffee shop on 103rd, Strange Brew. We have a box in the Green Hills Library. We have another box in the Palos Hills Service Center. We have another box in the Palos Heights City Hall. So people tend to give us those things. Also, towards the holidays, we'll go out and ask for people to give us different things. We send out lists of the stuff that we request. And during the November area, we ask for people to make homemade cookies and brownies, and we put those in the boxes. We also, at Christmas time, which isn't, we send in November, so we'll get there by Christmas, we send a plastic Christmas tree to every unit out there so that they have a Christmas tree for their Christmas. We also have Ez Shamat Hebrew School over in Lombard, who the kids there put together donations. They put Hebrew packages together, and we send those to the chaplains so that the Hebrew troops can celebrate Hanukkah. And a funny thing about that, we had one unit, and the chaplain's assistant called me and says, you know, someone has stole the chaplain's menorah. So we thought we were not going to be able to celebrate Hanukkah this year. And then somebody remembered that your box was here. And they opened the box. And the menorah was in there. And so they were able to celebrate Hanukkah.
Very nice.
So, I mean, it's just a labor of love. I mean, we do it because we know they need the support. I deployed overseas. I know what it's like being over there. You get lonely. You know, you would think that you got all your buddies around you, but you know what? There's times when you just sit there and you think, does anybody but my family care I'm over here?
I would love to see the smiles on their faces when they open up these boxes and they all gather around and everybody gets an item. There's enough for everybody because, as I can see, the boxes are being packed to full capacity to the tippity top, which leads me to another question. How do you mail these? And if so, who pays for the mailing of the boxes?
Yeah, we do mail them. One of my people, they go into the U.S. Postal Service website, and they'll type up what's in the box and who it's going to, and then when she's done, I'll go in there and I'll pay for it. Well, how do we get the money? Well, we get the money from organizations like the Lions, Sertoma, the VFW, the city of the village of Orland Park Veterans Commission. I get it from different churches, and I get it from normal people who sometimes will just give me an envelope, and we use it to send the boxes or to purchase the things that troops are looking for. We were able to also at Veterans Day and Memorial Day, we have a drive at my church, St. Patricia's Church in Hickory Hills, and the people donate cash and sign cards both at those and at Christmas. At like I say, in Veterans Day, they're signing Christmas cards. It's just a labor of not only myself loving them, but the people here who really care that there's men and women out there who are putting their lives on the line every day, and they don't have to be in a combat zone. Military jobs are dangerous. As we know, last year we had 2 helicopter accidents that killed 6 Marines and 3 Army soldiers last year, and they weren't in combat. So, you know, it's a dangerous job, and I like to think that I'm doing my job, and these guys, they're always doing their job.
Yes. And thank you to all of the organizations that support Cruz's crew and the military by donating and helping out, and by all means, the packagers that are here doing all the packages and that come. How often are they here, Jim?
It's each month, every month of the year. So, I mean, we have people from Palos Hospital. We have people that come from Christ Hospital. We have, especially school start, we'll be getting more kids that come to get service hours. And then, plus, we just have people that hear about it and want to pack a box.
It is a wonderful thing that you're doing, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We can't thank you enough, Jim, for starting this. You've been doing it a long time, and at the end of this show, we will show you where you could send your donations. We definitely can use them. The holidays are coming up, so please keep Cruz's crew in mind and our military. Thank you again, Jim, so very much. Honor and respect to you always.
Honor and respect, always.